Hi, it's Maribeth Decker with sacredgrowth.com. So glad you're with me. I wanted to provide you with some golden nuggets for connecting intuitively with your animals. So I've got a PowerPoint to keep me on track. Give me a second. Let me get this thing going. And let's do this. Okay. All right. So this is a thank you for joining my newsletter. I thought I'd give you some ideas on how I learned to communicate intuitively with my animals and some of the truths that I found about this. So let's get started. All right. So I want you to know how I got how I became an animal communicator. And it's really important that you hear this because a lot of people think that, oh, you've always been an animal communicator. And to best of my knowledge, that was not true. I was not born an animal communicator. It happened after I started taking some energy healing classes, probably about 15 years ago. Uh, and then my dogs, I had dogs at that time. Cats came later. I'm so happy that I've got cats too now. They started showing up. I had dogs who had passed, and then dogs who are in the present, still in here, this life. And I was just like, oh, that's weird. And then kept going. And then Tibor came along. This is this lovely dog. And I kept seeing visions like you see on the other side here with a man being chased by a German Shepherd, teaching dogs how to take down people. And I'm wondering, like, I know you had a tough background, but what's going on here, Tibor? And then my friend said, well, that's animal communication. And that's where I got started. I still do energy healing because it's really important when I work with animals and their people. But the animal communication is so lovely. So let's move into it. First thing I want you to do is open the door to your intuition by shifting your mindset. You were born with intuitive abilities. We all were. All of us have the wiring. The brain is wired to take in energetic information. You think of the nervous system, and that is electrical information. And we can take it in from others. It's a mind-to-mind connection that I'm talking about. And you can open that door. You can change the frequency, however you want to say it. Turn up the volume if you think you're already doing it. It just takes some knowledge and practice and believing in yourself. And the best part of this is our animals are already intuitive. We're connecting to them through love, honestly. And I believe they'd love to communicate. They'd love to have a deeper relationship. So they understand us. What you might think sometimes, like, why are those crazy humans asking me to just poop outside? I don't know. Actually, I do know. But, that sort of thing. And they want to tell you what's up with them too, or get heard. So shift your mindset. You have the ability. All humans do. Be open to ways to receive. I'm talking about this because when I started working on the intuitive side, telepathy, I heard usually two ways. You either hear something or you have a vision. That's true. Those are two of the good ways. The hearing something is like generally not through your ears. It's like a thought pops into your head. So I want to tell you these things because we sometimes have beliefs that it's like we have to physically, hear a voice or a dog speaking or a cat or a horse. The other thing is the visuals also. People think that there are folks that can do this, but to be connected and receive from your animals or send them We don't have to have like a 3D image in front of us. What you're looking for is something in your mind's eye. If I say, think of whatever pet that you have, maybe somebody who's passed, just think of them and picture them. You'll get a picture in your head. You've got a memory of something, maybe one of the pictures of one of the good times that you had with them. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's in, some people have it like it's right in front of them, even though their eyes are closed. It feels like it's hanging out in front of them. It doesn't matter that you're having it. So, all right, so you've got those two. Other ways. Strangely enough, I've heard songs. I believe that's because I do symbolic stuff. And so you say, listen to either the title or the words and say, like, what does that mean to me? Why is that coming through like that? Physical sensations. This is something I get pretty regularly. If you ask them how they're feeling physically, like, what does it feel like? You're not eating, is something going on? You get a nauseous stomach. You can assume that you felt that something's going on with their tummy. Whatever you get. Some people get smells. I don't get that very often. Emotions, most of the time, I feel that in my body. Like if I asked you to think of something that makes you happy and feeling how your body feels, that's what I'm talking about. Is like, what does joy feel like? What is love? Okay. And then on the negative side, how about, anxiety? What might that feel like? If your body starts to feel anxious when you're asking them what happens when you see that particular dog and then you feel anxiety, something. Just knowing was my go-to. Is like, I don't know how I know this, but I know it. Okay. Maybe one of the things I have had a lot, even before I declared that I was communicating intuitively, is like, I'd kind of know that one of the animals would like to come back into the house. And I go down and they're sitting at the sliding glass doors waiting for me to open open the door. My animals have sworn, so you may hear that once in a while. I apologize. Now, here's a fun thing. Ask them right now to connect with you. Just like get it started, get the party started. Picture them in your head. Close your eyes and picture them in your head. Whoever you think is the most talkative, the most outgoing, they're usually a good place to start. And if you have only one, then do that. You can also check with animals who've passed. Tell them you really are practicing this. You want to try it out. And you can either tell them with words or in your thoughts. You've got your eyes closed, okay? You're just doing this telepathically. And then imagine you receive a yes. You might just feel a knowing, like, oh, they're there. Maybe an image shows that they're looking at you and with a happy grin, or you get a sense of love, or whatever it is. Find the yes, because I am sure, just like this cat, they would love to open that door. Okay. Totally, totally important. Notice the first thing that comes through. Our intuition is always going to sound like or feel like our imagination, like we just made that up. And so how it works is the first thing that comes through is intuition. And the other things that come rushing through after that are logic. And logic is going to blow this off in most cases. It's, I don't know. Have you said, I already knew that, or that can't be possible? I mean, I had this discussion with myself when somebody asked me what their dog's favorite thing was, and what I felt was a marshmallow, and I had never known a dog to like marshmallows, so I described it. And I finally said, are you talking about marshmallows? I said, I think so. And they said, oh, my dog loves it. So have fun with this. take the first thing that comes in and say thank you. All right. Get comfortable with trying this out. I even sometimes tell my logical self to go over, well, read a book, play a video game, do something else. Let me just practice. Make it fun. Okay. So what I was talking about was mostly the receiving, but there's also sending. And that equation, even when you're going to ask a question, especially when you're going to ask a question, you want to put these things together. You want to, let's see, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about it. If there's a behavior, generally, you start to picture the behavior and you'd say, what, maybe why do you do this? And have an emotion of maybe concern or worry or just, I love you so much, I need to know what's going on here. And set your attention to receive what they're sharing, and that they're going to hear you and they're going to send you something back because they're delighted that you asked it and now you're getting quiet. And that's when you let whatever it is come in. Okay, so I set up the question for receiving information. For sending information, you would picture the behavior you would like. I did that with my dogs, Tibor and Stella, because they crowd the front door when somebody came in. They were really excited. And I pictured them, somebody coming in, picturing it in my mind and said, look, when somebody comes in, could you jump up on the couch? My animals are out loud on the couch. And just let them come through, let them come up the steps. And Stella would do it. Tibor was like, I'll move to the side. That's the best I'll do. But Stella was like, jumped on the couch. And she would look at me like, I did really good, right? And I go, yeah, you did. So as I was saying that and showing that, I had an emotion of, oh my goodness, you make me so happy. You know, you could feel that, how happy you would be if people could come in your house without having to get through these dogs who are barking and excited and all that stuff. All right. This is quick, I know, but you can watch this again. How do we use animal communication? You got the idea, but let me give you some more examples. You can ask them how they're feeling. Why are you doing that? And you usually will get an emotional thing, and you might even ask what started it and see if you get a picture. Who knows? And you just want to understand them better. Ask them what they'd like. A lot of times when our animals get older, you can ask them, what do they most love? What would they love to do or have us do with them? How can we make them happy as their bodies start to get, they start to go downhill? All kinds of things. You can tell them stuff too. You can tell them vacations, how many days you're going to be gone, who's taking care of them. Use visuals. They probably know the person who's going to come, or you use their name and show them the picture. And how many sunrises? I use sunrises to show when you're going to come back. Give them a heads up if there's a new animal coming in the family or a new baby. Things that you want them to change, you can share with them the stuff that doesn't work. I talk about the house rules, about where everybody eliminates, where they go to the bathroom. And I say, you watch us, we have the toilet, and I picture it. Cats have the litter boxes, picture it. Dogs go outside. And I said, those are the house rules of living with humans. And I picture that and show them how happy, whichever one isn't doing what we would love, show them what we would love. And then look for a change. Okay, very quick. But here's this is the point that makes it so good, all right? Is how you can talk to them. Like this is your forever home. I love that one. When I had I have an animal now who was rehomed, I believe at least twice before she came to us. And I'm showing that every day, I even use seasons, because here in Virginia we have seasons, and say, look, I show fall and winter and spring and summer, and I show her waking up and she's still surrounded by everybody. And I look her in the eyes and tell her how much I love her and how happy I am for her. Yeah, I'm kind of into it. So that's a real quick version, but I hope that it helps. If you want to do more, check my website. There's lots of good stuff there. Facebook, I have Spiritual Pet People, Family Animal Communicators Community. I would love to have an animal communicator in every family. Not everybody can take my beautiful, lovely, big UConnect course, but I hope you do. In the meantime, you can get in there and do some mini modules and do some practice with me. Also look for me on Instagram and YouTube, okay? Thank you, and try it out. Would love to hear from you. Bye now.